Welcome back to the cabin, friends. Here at that 1870s Homestead off-grid version.
Cabin in the woods version.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear the birds out there, but they're loud here this morning in the forest.
Yes. A very, very warm weekend in the middle of May. And if you haven't been to the cabin with us yet, we welcome you. It's one of our favorite places in the world to be. Over on the west side of Michigan, gorgeous forest at the Manistee National Forest. And we hope to take you guys on an adventure today.
Yeah, so our piece of property that we own is about 10 acres, but it's in the middle of
4,000?
4,000 to 5,000 acres of just raw, natural forest land. So we've explored some of it. We've taken, in previous videos, we've taken you guys to some really cool spots like the Magic Forest and the Big Sand Hill where I go fishing in the fall.
Yeah, I don't know that we've ever taken them to Blueberry Hill.
Blueberry Hill we did once with Dan when we found that baby deer over there.
Oh, that's right.
They're fun.
Uh-huh. So there is just so much we haven't seen and explored, and we hope to find some new places today and see what we find.
Yep, we'll just be taking you along on our day. Go that way.
So we mentioned at breakfast that we've only ever seen so much of our woods and we've tried to hike. And we've hiked probably good 4-mile hikes before. But we get up here only on the weekends, and to hike as much as we want to hike, we would take an overnight trip or something like that. And Himiway reached out to us and wanted to know if we wanted to review some of their, what do you call these kind of bikes?
Well, e-bikes.
E-bikes. So they're the big fat tires. And at first I was like, I don't know where we would use it at home.
Right,
and
for
then
sure.
We started thinking about, we can't take ATVs on our trails here at the cabin, but you can take bikes. You just can't use anything that would do a lot of damage to the forest.
Right.
And so we're like, yes, that would give us so much freedom to see so many things we haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm. So for the most part, an e-bike is just like a normal bicycle. You can pedal it just like a normal bicycle. You don't have to use any of the E features. And those features being a battery and a motor. And what those provide for you is they assist you in your riding. You can either not pedal at all and let the motor take you, or as you're pedaling, it will help you along the way. So there's about 6 different settings of assist that it can provide. One is basically none. It's not going to help you at all. You have to work the bike all by yourself. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are varying levels of assistance that correspond to the speed that you go. So 1 is pretty slow, 5 is really fast. Top speed, I think, on these out of the box is around 20 miles per hour. Range, how far can you go on them? The pamphlet in the book basically says 35 to 65 miles. And that's a big range, I know, but it depends on how much pedal assist you're actually using. You know, if you're gonna not pedal at all and let the bike carry you, you might get 35 miles. If you're gonna pedal a lot, you might get 65 miles out of it. So we have been playing with these a little bit at home. We rode them around the forest a little bit yesterday, and we haven't actually like taxed them. So we haven't fully tested the range on these, but we plan on doing that this summer. We're gonna bring these up to the cabin with us just about every trip. We'll try to do a full range test. We'll do a follow-up video for you guys in the fall. So they have like a lot of different models on their website. This one that Rachel's been riding, which I guess traditionally you would call a girl bike because the bar goes down low. This is their step through. The one I've been riding is the Cruiser. So they do come partially assembled. So the front wheel is not on, the handlebar is not on, the fender's not on, the rear rack is not on. And assembly, I did the first one, I did this one by myself, and it took me about an hour and a half. I didn't really know what I was doing, so it took me a long time. The other one, the black one, my son Nick came over and he gave me a hand with that one, because it is kind of hard to like keep everything stable while you're trying to mount a wheel. So he gave me a hand on the second one, and I think we cranked that one out in about 45 minutes together. So pretty easy to put together.
So one thing to note is they are a lot heavier than a normal bicycle. So these each weigh around 72 pounds with the motor assembly and a battery attached. And that is something I've had to get used to. You know, I was expected like when it stops, oh, la-di-da. And no, you do have to hold on to it pretty good. So it's gonna beef up my strength. I'm looking forward to that. But if it's something that you're interested in, we did get a link from Himiway. We'll put it down in the description below. We are not affiliated with them, so unfortunately we don't have a discount code to offer to you, but if it's something that you think your family would enjoy, go ahead and check them out. Okay, but we are ready for an adventure, and we've gotten you guys on this camera as far as we can take you. It's a little bit sketch where we're going, so we are going to leave the big camera behind. You've got plans with the GoPro.
Yep.
So we're gonna attach the GoPro and hit the trails.
Yep, we're gonna stop along the way. There's a couple pretty spots we want to take you guys to. We're gonna have a little picnic lunch together, and then on the way back, we'll stop and grab this camera. We'll just hide it in the weeds somewhere. There's no other humans around for miles and miles, probably. I don't think anybody's gonna steal it. And we'll kind of summarize our trip on the big camera when we get back.
All right, see you guys on the trails.
Right here. This is where I'm gonna leave you guys. We'll be back in a couple hours. Not a bad spot for lunch.
Not at all.
It's beautiful, other than, I think my only complaint, insects.
Well, yeah, the flies.
Like the little,
Deer
they're not
flies.
like the deer flies that bite. Have they bit you?
No, not yet. I just don't think they're hungry enough yet. But
Yeah.
they are definitely deer.
And like this little guy.
Beetles. There's just lots of
Things.
alive right now.
But for lunch, peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Rachel made up some juice. We got cheese, we got sausage, some chips, snack sticks. Probably enough for a really big lunch, but you hooked us up.
I didn't know how long we'd be out today, so.
It could be emergency rations if we get lost.
Or if I fall off one of those cliffs.
Some of that stuff is steep.
Yes. And I had a wipe out.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You bounced back good.
Yep.
What was it that you said? Even though I fell down, I'm still having fun.
Yes, yes. I'd rather get hurt adventuring than sit around and not see all of this.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Let me show you guys. See all these plants right here? We were trying to guess yesterday what they are. They look like giant cabbages or something. Look at that. And they're like everywhere, all in through here. That's a big cedar tree right there. And it's the river is absolutely beautiful. This has been rough. This is, we thought we knew where we were. We thought we knew where we were going. And we got lost. Well, not necessarily lost. I have my phone with me and I get GPS so I know where we are.
And we're on a marked trail. It's not like
We're on a marked trail.
But we took the wrong trail.
We got like so far, we didn't want to turn around and go back the way we came because it was shorter to keep going around and make us big loop. But then we went, I don't know, we went too far and
Probably about 5 miles out of the way.
now we're backtracking and man, I'm whooped. Oh my gosh.
I tell you what, that to maintain this bike on those tiny little trails through all the trees and the sharp drop-offs to the river, it takes because it's such a heavy bike, it takes a lot of strength, and I'm not in shape enough yet for this. So my arms are like butter right now.
Mine too, so are my legs.
And we've had to walk the bike up a couple sand hills. I've walked it down because I tend to wipe out on downhills more than uphills. So Oh man, it's been a what'd you say, crash course in mountain biking.
Yeah.
Michigan hill biking.
For sure.
But it is beautiful.
It is absolutely
I don't
beautiful.
force break. Let's take a break, regroup, and then we'll make it home eventually.
Yeah. Well, we're home by dinner.
Yeah. Oh, did you show them where we are? Just overlooking this beautiful bluff down to the water. Gorgeous.
Cool. We're almost back on course.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that big hill that we just climbed by walking is the hardest part getting back to where we were. So
Okay.
it's been an adventure.
It has. I love it. I know we'll be tired, but we'll remember this adventure together.
Remember that one time when you got us lost?
We thought we were so fit.
Yeah.
I'm bleeding.
No problem.
Top speed, 17 miles an hour.
Really?
Yep.
That was good
for
for
me.
you.
I don't know what you did.
I don't know. I don't know how. I never really looked at it. But I think we clocked in somewhere around 14 miles total between where we intended to go and where we did not intend to go by the time you added it all up. And that was some rough terrain. Hills up, hills down, hairpin turns, sand.
Off the edge of the cliff, like how many, at least 150 feet down to the river.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, we're 160 up from the river.
Right.
So, oh my gosh, guys. I got back, I was icing my knee, and I was just like, babe, we're not as young as we used to be.
We're not.
But I love that we had so much fun. Like, we were burnt at the end. Just like I had my arms, like I said, were like butter. I had nothing
the
left.
Forearms.
And I said, I'm trying so hard not to complain because this is everything. I love it.
It was definitely fun.
It was so fun.
And I think so as far as the bikes go, the bikes outlasted us.
Yes.
And that's my take on it. It basically.
And we pushed them beyond what you should, like with the hills and.
Yeah, it says you're not supposed to ride them on a more than 15% grade, and we definitely
exceeded
that quite a few times. But I think the last 3 miles, once we got back to road, I just wanted to get home. So we basically cranked up the speed.
Yeah.
And I don't think I pedaled for the last 3 miles. I just used battery the whole rest of the way, just get me home.
Yeah.
And we got home and we still have plenty of battery. So
yes.
The bike's hauled up very, very good.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do like what I feel like a proper review would be because I'm no expert with mountain biking or anything. But as a beginner, the fact that I could do it, I mean, I've only ridden the thing twice before. Mm-hmm. And that was some pretty
challenging
sketchy
terrain.
Yes. And so don't get like scared of it, I guess. Like if I can do it, you can do it. And then at the same time, like it felt squirrely for me a couple times on the sand, but I'm thinking if I was stronger, I could have handled that better. I don't think it's like the bike necessarily. It's just practice, I think, to get comfortable, like handling it properly.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of one of the things I told you at home when I took it for the test drive at home right after putting it together, was that right now is the time of year, spring, where I feel the most out of shape.
Yeah.
I basically hibernated for all of winter. And to get out and get moving again, riding this bike with the electricity assisting me kind of made me feel good. Like, okay, well, I can do this. I need a little bit of a boost to help get me going, and the bike did that for me.
Oh, yeah, there's no heck of a way I could have done that on an unassisted bike. But that being said, don't let me fool. Do not for a second think it was easy.
Yeah.
It was so hard. So hard. And I started to tease him to say, like, we should do a top 10 David Letterman outro and say, like, number 10, no shame in walking your bike up the hill. Like, I just didn't feel confident. So while I'm learning, like, especially after falling and getting hurt so bad, I was just like, I'm just going to be safe here on out.
Yeah.
Super cautious. So I'm ready for an ice bath all over, down to the river. Like, every single muscle in my body is screaming.
Yeah, mine too. But I'm not going to go get in the river because I don't like cold water.
Yes.
But we will, for sure, use these more. And then this fall, or maybe even sometime this summer, we're going to do a follow-up video for you guys of, now that we've had some time to really rack up the miles and improve our skills a little bit, what do we think of these bikes?
Yeah.
Even more so.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking them to Wisconsin. There's beautiful hills out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a quick, run to the convenience store. Don't want to grab the car. You can just jump on your e-bike and go.
Yeah.
And so I thank you, Himiway, for the offer to let us try them out and share our experience with you guys. We are adventurers in our soul, even though our bodies may not let us do everything our hearts desire. So
And we will leave that link that Himiway sent to us down in the description. And again, it's not an affiliate link. It's just a link they sent us. So
we're not trying to sell you anything.
We get, if you buy one of these bikes, we get nothing in return.
Right,
So
right.
just wanted to make sure we had that part clear to you guys. So
He said, though, on the way home, he's like, babe, I'm not riding it again this weekend. I'm tired.
yeah, like, this is the last trip of the weekend. I'm parking it.
Yeah.
If for anything, to rest my butt.
Yeah.
Because my butt is going to be sore.
Yes, it's like riding a horse for the first time 2 days in a row. Ouch.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you guys on the next video.
Okay.